Hi, my name is Michael Ledesma. I'm one of the founding members of Boulder Valley ICO and its current chair. First off, I'd like to thank you for your interest in learning more about our program and what it might be like to volunteer with us. ICO stands for Inspiring Connections Outdoors. It was formerly known as Inner City Outings. We're an all-volunteer outreach program of the Sierra Club that provides free nature outings and wilderness adventures to children and families who wouldn't have these opportunities any other way. We enrich the lives of our participants and help to develop a new and more diverse generation of environmental stewards, something which is critical to the long-term vitality of the environmental movement in this country. Our outings range from single-day fishing or snowshoeing trips to backpacking trips in places like Canyonlands National Park and the wilderness areas of Wyoming. We also regularly run service outings to a wolf sanctuary in southern Colorado, where participants meet wolves face-to-face. But really, the program is about sharing the natural places in and around Colorado that are precious to you with a new generation of folks who aren't already connected to nature. So why volunteer with us? Well, those of us who have made ICO part of our life's work generally do so because we're junkies for those moments when someone who has previously not connected with nature, someone who saw nature as other, has that aha moment, that moment that they redefine their relationship to the natural world, when fear is replaced by respect, when separation is replaced by connection, and when they get why wild places need protection. These moments don't happen with every participant on every outing, but they do happen often enough in our program that we're motivated to keep looking for new and creative ways to keep these aha moments coming. There is definitely artistry in this work, which is what keeps it interesting for our volunteers in the long run. But at the outset, many volunteers are more concerned with developing the technical skills to run outings for a group, which is natural for anyone who isn't already an outfitter or a guide. We understand that planning a trip for a group is different from, say, heading out for a weekend with some buddies. So we'll provide you with the training and other tools that you'll need to run successful group outings, even if the underlying activity is something relatively new to you. The great thing about doing this work in collaboration with others is that many of our volunteers have years of experience that they'll gladly share with others who are willing to help us in our mission. We also maintain a gear depot loaded with the specialized gear and equipment that will lend to participants on outings, another thing that's difficult to do except through a program like ours. It's also worth affirmatively dispelling a common misunderstanding about our program. The kids and families we take on outings are not jaded urban thugs. They're just people who, though they dwell in the shadow of the Rocky Mountains, are not already connected to nature, perhaps because they lack the resources or the knowledge base to give these things a try. In general, true disciplinary issues are rare and are normally handled by the client organizations with which we partner. It's also worth noting that most of our outings take place on weekends, on holidays, and in-service days of the Boulder Valley School District and during the summers. We also allow you to bring your own kids on the outings, so you don't have to choose between time with your family and time volunteering. The only exception to that general rule is cases in which the land management agency restricts outing size such that your family members would displace other participants on the outing. But that's the exception, not the rule. Generally, we aren't into death marches on our outings. Kids don't generally appreciate those. So age and physical condition aren't usually a barrier to participation. They may, however, limit your participation in some of our more physically demanding outings, but we have plenty of outings that are not so physically demanding, so you needn't worry if your triathlete years are behind you. What we seek in a volunteer is reliability and commitment to excellence, because the folks we serve deserve no less. We are most interested in volunteers who will be in the area for at least a couple of years, because it usually takes time and effort to train up new volunteers. And we generally expect volunteers to come on at least 2 outings per year, though many of us volunteer much more frequently than that. We do offer externships to students at the undergraduate and graduate level, and as with many things, what you get out of our program depends greatly on what you put into it. It's also important to note that there are some non-outing aspects to the program to which volunteers contribute, including monthly meetings by Google Hangout, some fundraising, and periodic tabling events. We also have occasional social gatherings just for our volunteers. On the volunteer page of our website, you'll find everything you need to get involved in the program in the section headed Quick Join. The link to that page is in the description box below. One of the steps is to create a profile on our website, And once we've turned on your profile, you'll be free to log in and sign up for outings. You'll also be contacted by our volunteer coordinator as we process your application, and we'll be sure to have that process completed by the first outing for which you've signed up. Now, because most of the onboarding of new volunteers is done by email and phone, things can seem a little impersonal at the outset. But once you start actually volunteering, you'll find that we are a dedicated group of personable folks who are here to help you share your love of nature with others. So we encourage you to just give it a go. It's totally normal to experience a bit of trepidation about leading a group of people on an outdoor adventure. But again, we don't drop you in at the deep end, and so you'll have plenty of opportunity to gain experience before you take the reins on any given outing. And of course, if you have questions, you can contact us at the email address found in the description box below. Again, thank you for your interest in our program. We hope to see you on an outing soon.